Hey everybody, Joe here.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And this is
Candid at the Movies.
This time we're going to be talking about the television series on Netflix, Avatar, The Last Airbender. This time it's going to be the live action version. And we were able to binge watch it for you all. Just a quick warning. Today, normally Candid at the Movies, we don't do very many spoilers at all unless it's a bad movie review. This is not a bad movie review or a bad television series whatsoever, but we will be talking about spoilers.
Spoilers.
So FYI, just in case
If you
want to
have
click
not,
off,
this is your moment to
this
click
is your
off.
moment to click off. Y'all ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you for the countdown. So Avatar: The Last Airbender, starring Gordon Cormier, Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, Dallas James Liu, and Kiawentiio. I probably said those names terribly, and I apologize to those actors and actresses. I think everybody did a wonderful job with what they were given. I'm talking about that.
Y'all.
Dee, you can go first because I know you chomping at the bit.
I had very high expectations when they first announced it.
Me too.
I massively lowered my expectations when the original creators announced that they had pulled out. I still had some hope because the version that we never will mention, the CGI was terrible in it, and what we had seen in the live action version gave some promise. This is great to watch as you're folding clothes. This is great to watch as you're washing dishes. The CGI is really good, but for me, they lost some of the soul that made the animated series so good because they were trying to jam a lot of things into this 8 episodes. We were introduced to characters that we had no business being introduced to until later.
You can just say names of those people because...
Oh, because this is a spoiler.
This is a spoiler.
Why were we introduced to the machinist in episode 2 when we don't get introduced to him until season 2?
What she said. And Kiyoshi. We weren't supposed to meet Kiyoshi before Roku.
Why are we meeting Kiyoshi before we meet Roku? There is a reason why we meet Roku first.
Did we even meet Avatar Korra in the series?
No, we did. We met him in Korra.
Yeah.
We met him in Korra.
So we're meeting all of these characters that don't have anything to do with the source material. At least during this part of book 1. Of
book 1. We are in book 1.
Yeah. And so like I feel like as far as like the CGI, like you were saying, the CGI was really good. I think that the fire bending, the water bending, the earth bending, everything was
the
really
earth benders
cool.
actually bended earth.
They actually bended earth. The airbenders were crazy awesome. They looked great.
I will give them credit. The very first episode, if you know the animated series, there's a big event that, kicks off the 100-Year War or whatnot, and it's the decimation of the Southern Air Temple. So we never saw that in the animated series. It was just heavily implied. They actually showed this as episode 1, the decimation of the temple. And for them, I give them credit for that because they did an amazing job with that. And then after that, it just story-wise, it didn't just go
downhill.
It tanked.
Sokka was no longer
Sokka wasn't funny.
Sokka, no, it's not even about him not being funny. This reminded me of the Ember Island play. Because
yes!
He was just, okay, so how do you take the misogyny away from Sokka? Because
when it's such an important part of his character growth.
And I know they were trying to girl boss it up, and they did that. But
to the detriment of
his character, exactly. Like,
because he really only was misogynistic like that for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
He got humbled by Suki.
Yep.
Taught him a wonderful lesson, and then you got to see his growth from there. Like, you could actually, by the time that the animated series ended, you could see the growth.
You could see the growth
from from book 1.
They took the character growth away. They took the character arcs away. Aang was no longer Aang because he knew so much about the spirit world and he didn't know anything.
He wasn't supposed to know any of that.
He didn't know anything. He was a 12-year-old little boy
that had ran away.
Yeah. He ran away. He barely knew anything. He barely knew his first name.
Like he literally only found out that he was the Avatar and said, "All right, peace, I'm out."
Yeah,
that was it.
And then 100 years later.
And then 100 years later, he's back.
Yeah. Katara was actually like not that great at waterbending at first.
Right.
But you turn her into this girl boss where she loses her arc because she earned her way. Just like everybody else earned their way to being heroes in this story.
Right.
And they took that away, and that's my biggest beef with this.
Right. The character growth was what made the animated series so good, and it was subtle. Like the character growth was subtle. So if you go back and watch season 1, you're reminded like Sokka was sexist, Izuku was insufferable, but by the time that you get to the finale of the animated series, you're cheering for everybody because you got to see their growth. They're robbed of this in the live action.
Secret Tunnel had a lot to do with that. But how you gonna have a Secret Tunnel episode without Aang being there to fall in love with Katara? The Tale of Two
Lovers is an important arc.
Yeah. So
and they had Sokka and Katara.
Yeah.
In the Tale of Two Lovers, and it should have been Aang and Katara.
Yeah. And they had the minstrels there for a bit, but
like 2 seconds.
For like 2 seconds, but it didn't last.
And it wasn't. They didn't even provide comedic relief.
Yeah.
When they showed up, because they showed up out of sequence.
So we're gonna have to wrap this up.
Oh dang. Okay.
Yeah. But I say all that to say that if you love and know Avatar, it's not going to be worth it for you. If you are
You're just gonna be angry.
New to this, and I think you might enjoy it, but for me, I'm gonna have to give it a C.
Absolutely, C.
Yeah,
C.
So again, I've been Joe.
I've been Dee.
And this is Candid at the Movies. Please click that like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell. We love y'all. Peace.
Bye.
One more for the good guys.